All right, let's finish up season 2 with The Secret. If you think about things enough, they'll happen. If you think of checks coming in the mail, they'll come in the mail. If you think of parking spots opening up, they can just open up for you. If you think, oh wait, that's the wrong secret. Um, Anybody remember that? The fucking fad of like 10 years ago? You just think of shit and it'll happen. Yeah, sure. That's how things work. So stupid. So this has Larry Drake in it again. We haven't seen him since season 1 as Santa. They play off this like it's a new spin on Oliver Twist, kind of, because it's an orphan kid and he gets taken to this family. But it kind of reminds me a little bit more of like a Firestarter, where this kid's being locked in a room and then he like forms this bond and this relationship with his caretaker that kind of keeps coming in and out. Which I really did. I really liked the connection between Larry Drake and the orphan. I thought that was very genuine and sweet. And, his character, Toby, as he starts calling him, which I feel like is the moment he wins him over and he can't do it. He can't help kill this kid. I like that. I like that a lot. I thought that worked actually very well. And you don't get to see a more sweet, sympathetic side to Larry Drake. You usually see him as a villain, like in the Darkman movies or Santa or whatever. So to see him as a kind and kind of caring person was cool, and I feel like he really pulled it off well. Now this kid eating nothing but sweets, so this is a little Hansel and Gretel kind of thing going on here. He would get so ill. I mean, he does this for like, it seems weeks. He's just eating nothing but cakes and pies. There's no way. He'd be vomiting. He would be visually just ill looking. Like, there's no way you could eat sweets like that and nothing else. Like, I know people in this country eat like shit for the majority of the time, but they don't just eat nothing but sweets 100% of the time. You would be fucking very ill. And they never even address that here. Although we do find out that he's a werewolf, so maybe the body chemistry changes and you're able to digest more sweets than a human would. Who knows how the werewolf body works. But so what really we're getting here is that vampires taste the sweetness in blood, and this is like their dessert. Like, they save him. Maybe they went out that night and they like ate a dinner like a normal person, and then they had their dessert waiting for them at home, so they wanted that that really sugary dessert at the end of the night. I mean, that's what I'm taking from it. But if you wanted that, then, like, let's say that you want sugar in the blood. Like, that's the ideal thing. Like, having a kid eating a ton of sugar who has a normal body really wouldn't work all that well. Because your body would flood with insulin and it would soak up the sugar and you wouldn't really do it. So what you would need to do is you would need to go find a kid with type 1 diabetes and give him a ton of sugar and then wait an hour and then suck his blood, because he would have like 250 blood sugar count. Like, his sugar count would be through the fucking roof without any insulin or anything, and you gave him nothing but sugar. Whoo, doggy. That'd be one sweet ass kid. But this kid, not so much. But I think that the twist that he's a werewolf is fairly obvious, but it's a little on the nose as well. Like, he turns around and he's just like, I have a secret too. I'm a werewolf. Like, when he says I'm a werewolf, it's so unnecessary. It's like, obviously you're a werewolf. Like, it just so doesn't need to be said. It's so silly. But then he's like, I have a taste for vampires or something like that. Which I like that, but just saying that he was a werewolf is like, yeah, we figured that out by the fact that you look like a werewolf and it's a fucking full moon. I don't know. Call me crazy. I just thought that was really silly. But the fact that the vampires who flew to get him couldn't then, once they saw that he was a werewolf, fly away because he's a werewolf. He can't fly. So he's attacking and maiming the one vampire chick, and the other vampire guy just runs off and keeps running as the werewolf's chasing him. Like, take flight and you're saved. Like, it's just silly. It's just things like that where you're like, yeah, that wouldn't work. Yeah, no. And I have to always see them, but it doesn't take away from my enjoyment. I noticed them. So anyway, season 2, hits and misses. I mean, this season's very hit and miss. Had some. The cutting cards has been the best episode so far. So easily for me. I just thought that episode is the shit so far. I'm still waiting for something to top the cutting cards episode. So we'll see if that happens in season 3. All right.